Hi folks, Paul again from Ottawa. We're going to do a little quick video on how to remove the mass airflow sensor, your MAF, off of a Chrysler Crossfire. Very simple process, and the reason we're going to do this is to actually clean it and keep it maintained so that you keep your peak performance. Okay, so the first step is once you've removed your engine bay cover is to come here. This is your MAF sensor right here. You got your electrical component right here. It's just, you just depress this little pin right there, press it down. There's one on top and one at the bottom. Squeeze them both. So if you see, they're both there. Okay, by lifting these, by squeezing these, it'll help you to unclip from the locking pins. Next thing you want to do is grab yourself a flathead screwdriver and come into this little hole here. This is your locking ring, and you're going to put your screwdriver in there and you're just going to pry it up. See what happened there? Okay, so all you did is separated these two clips from each other. Once you've done that, gently remove the locking clip, and this is what it does. Okay, so it comes in and it sits like that. One will fit on top of the other, and by removing it this way, you are separating the two, therefore opening them up. Now, having that done, you can come back here, and if you look way back here, there's this little locking clip, metal locking clip. So if you push that out of the way, you see that it sits right on top of the lip from the MAF. So it holds it down. You cannot remove it at this point. Grab your flathead screwdriver, push it back, release it, and it just pops off like this. We're at the bench and we have our sensor off the car. Here it is. And we also have our cleaner. Make sure that you get doesn't have to be this brand, can be any other brand, but make sure that it does say mass airflow cleaner, mass airflow sensor cleaner on the bottle itself. And I'll even have a picture of a mass airflow sensor on there. The reason is you don't want to use a product like a brake cleaner or carb cleaner, that type of stuff. Some of those products can be very harsh on the plastic, can melt the plastics, can also leave a debris on top of the actual sensor itself. And what you're looking at here is, let me get an extra flashlight, and you can see that little piece of wire that's coming in and out of the sensor itself. Okay, and that wire is located from here, and you can see it. It's hard to tell from this side, but it's there. Okay, it's right on top there as well of the sensor. And the sensor, in case I didn't point that properly, is this guy. This whole thing right here, that's the sensor. And again, that's the part that you want to clean, is that little mesh, that little wire, a little piece of wire there. Okay, as well as, yes, you do want to clean that mesh that's inside there, and blow that stuff out. I'm going to start from the bottom outwards to try to get as much of the dust and debris that's stuck and gunk that's stuck on the mesh and on the sensor itself. And I'm just going to spray liberally and let it soak for a while. Okay, just let it soak. Don't use an air blower or anything like that to blow out anything. Just use the cleaner itself. It's got enough air pressure and enough cleaning power to do it. Once you have this side done, come back, wait a couple minutes, wait about 5 minutes or so. Come back and put the little nozzle on top, the little straw nozzle, and then you can come in here and more accurately spray both the screen and the metal wire as I'm showing you right now. You'll also want to do it from the outside. Try to get it right down the middle. Okay, you can't go through because the mesh wire is underneath the plastic grill right here, and basically that is to control any type of debris, larger debris, so that it doesn't get into your throttle body. Anyways, so get in here and spray the wire, and then spray your mesh as well. Clean all that up. Okay, be liberal. Let it sit for a while. I'd say about 5 minutes. Let it soak and soften up any type of gunk or any type of dust that's been accumulated on, because yes, it will accumulate dust and gunk. And basically what will happen is symptoms for your car is not going to run very well. It's going to be, it will have a rough idling, rough performance, and it's an easy tell. So just remove it, come in, clean this up. I do, when my friends come over, I do theirs for about, once a year. On my SRT6, it does not have a MAF sensor. It has the MAP sensor. But anyways, on the NAs, on the Crossfire NAs, and on the Mercedes, the 320s, the 3.2 liters, they have these, and that's all you do. So again, a couple of minutes now, I'll spray it again up here, do the mesh wire, get all that stuff out. Then I'm going to concentrate on the little pin off the sensor. Again, let it sit and dry up. And once it's all dried and once it's all clean to your satisfaction, all you can do is, to make sure it's clean, you can go in with your little flashlight and make sure that you don't see any type of dust or debris in there. And if everything looks good, oops, there we go. If everything looks good, then reinstall it back on the car. Do not forget to do the top. Do not forget to do the bottom. Too many people just leave this on their cars and they'll just spray the top. Well, that's only doing half the job, because as you can see, the sensor goes on the bottom itself as well. So that little pin that little pin reads how much air is going into your throttle body. And it sends a signal to your computer telling it more air needs more fuel. If it's dirty, it can't read the proper amount of airflow going through. Therefore, your computer is going to say, well, how much air do we send? I don't know. Let's try this. And generally, it's going to send out the wrong amount. And that's when your car is going to idle roughly. So clean it up properly. I say about once a year. If you do a lot of traveling with your car, a lot of mileage, well, you can do this twice a year. You're not going to harm it. You're actually going to maximize the performance of your engine to where it should be. So a clean engine, a properly tuned engine, will always run better than if you just drive it and leave it and wait till something breaks. So having said that, just wait a few more minutes, let it dry properly, reinstall it in the reverse process that I mentioned to you earlier on in the video, and take it out for a spin. Make sure you connect everything else. Take it out for a spin and reap the rewards. Have a great day. Okay, so now to get to your throttle body, I should have mentioned this early on, we might as well clean the throttle body, and that's easy to get access to. What we're going to do, you're going to need, again, another flat head screwdriver. Get down here, and you see this hose. Pop it off. That's simple. Okay, now, just going to move on to the other side. And you see this clip right here? This is a retaining clip. Just lift that up, see where it locks? Okay, right there against this metal bar. Just lift it up. So you saw that? And at the bottom here, just make sure that it comes out. You can move this out of the way. Give this a good cleaning as well, because I don't know if you can tell, but there's a lot of dirt down here. Here, let me get that rag right here, and I'll show you. Okay, so there's a clean portion of the rag right there. Okay, so that's just dirt that you really don't need to have going into your throttle body. The throttle body is located right here. Now you got two choices at this point. There's 4 screws that is holding it down. One there, one there, one there, one there. You can remove the 4 screws, the whole unit can come off, or you can clean it from this direction here. And you just, can you come in here a little bit? And you just depress the, see if I can get in there. Okay, sorry folks. Okay, so there's the throttle body, there's your butterfly. Okay, so depress at the bottom of the butterfly. Sorry for the fingers. There's the butterfly. Okay, you want the insides and the outside of this butterfly clean. You see at the bottom here? Okay, look at that dirt I just picked up. Okay, so that's what we're going to clean off. So you can grab yourself a rag, We're going to clean, we're going to spray liberally here, but we're going to put a rag underneath it, underneath the throttle body, just like that. And what's going to happen is as we spray, the dirt and the excess throttle body cleaner is going to fall on your rag and not on your engine. And FYI, please do this when your engine is cold, because if not, you know, a hot engine with fumy gases, it's not a good idea. It's a good combination for a fire. So we're going to grab the throttle body cleaner, which is this guy right here. Okay, throttle body cleaner. Now I'll ask Brian to grab the camera there. And I'm going to come down here, and first I'm just going to spray liberally the outsides. Okay, can you see the dirt coming out of there at the bottom? Right there. Okay, you can see that it's all coming out, and look at that rag, it's already dirty. Let it sit, spray it liberally again. Now what you can do is, once that's sitting for a little bit, come back with the rag that you have and spray a portion of it. Okay, just like that. You don't need tons, but you know, liberally soaked. And now go on the inside and clean that area. Look at the dirt I'm already picking up. This throttle body was done about 6 months ago, something like that. So now get that butterfly to open. Remember, you depress the bottom portion of the butterfly and it'll come down like this. Now you want to clean the inside of the plate of that butterfly, and of the actual, on the other side of this round part here, you want to be cleaning that as well. So now I'm going to grab my fingers, clean the top part, hold the throttle body butterfly like that, go underneath, put my fingers in there, or my thumb, clean that as well as the bottom portion of the butterfly. Come back out, and look what we picked up. So that's how that simple it is. We're also going to clean this guy up. Just grab a nice rag and just wipe everything, all the debris. It's really gunky in here, and it's very, very quick to do on both sides. Okay, so now we're going to come in here and take a look at the after results, and you can see how nice and shiny the entire throttle body is, and that's what you're looking for. Okay, so if we do the thing again, this is where you flipped it down. Sorry for my fingers temporarily, but you want this open. Okay, and you want to clean the inside of the butterfly and the outside of the butterfly, and make sure that when you open this part up, make sure to grab your rag and go into here and clean that portion, both up and underneath.